And let's see. All right, we are live. Let me refresh my YouTube here. And cut my volume off that one. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, we are live. Good morning, everyone. Val here, and I am with Lee Ralph, Lori Jean Finella. Finella, am I saying your last name right? Oh, can she hear me? And Leah. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Finella sounds good.
Finella? I always don't know if I'm saying it right or not. Okay, give me a minute. All right, so welcome everybody. If you are here, put your name in the chat for me. Let me know you're here. By coming into our chat today, you get another chance to win the drawing. So give me a minute as you're coming in to add your names to the list, and I'll go through the list and tell you who I have on there in just a minute. So we have Kathy Leader, and we have Anna changed your channel name. I'm going to put you as Anna's Journey. And I think, Lori, you're clicking. Did you cut the video? Did you just silence the YouTube? Okay. I don't hear it now.
The noise stopped on this end too.
Yeah. I think that was Lori when she came back in. And then, Lori, did you want to be in the drawing? I can put you for today. Can she hear me? Lori. Lee, do you want to be in the drawing?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to let somebody else win.
Okay. Leah does. I know Leah does because I know
Leah's book.
Wants Leah's book. Lori Jean, can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me.
Lori,
we have technical problems. Just bear with us. Can't hear you. All right.
Can you send a message to her in the chat box?
Chat. Yeah. She's saying she can't hear us. She's living positively after changes. That's her channel name. I don't know. Try to go out and come back in. Oh, that's what she's doing. I was going to type it in.
Here. Hey, Gail.
Gail Crabtree, be bodacious.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hope you're doing well.
We are just trying to get it together, and we are going to get started here. Oops, I can't even spell her name. Okay, let's see. Lori's back. Let's get Lori back on the stage. Can you hear us now?
Lori.
I can hear you now. I don't know why for some reason it seems like I get knocked out.
Okay, no, you were fine. You just couldn't hear us.
Okay, you could hear me, but I couldn't hear you. Okay, I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, we were hearing a beeping or something.
Oh,
all right,
no.
So I'm going to just do an introduction here, and I am going to say to start out with, welcome everybody. I am Valerie, and this is Valerie Reese. It's all about the adventure. And I received an email from SuperClean, and SuperClean asked me if I would do a giveaway. So I said I would love to because I've done a few on the channel already, but I thought I would kick it up a notch and have 3 wonderful authors join in and give away a few copies of their books. So this giveaway today is going to be 8 separate prizes. We're going to have SuperClean. We're going to have 2 of Lee's book, 2 of Leah's book, and 3 of Lori Jean's book given away today. Okay. So I'm going to first of all introduce SuperClean. And SuperClean sent me 2 products for myself to use. And if you win the SuperClean today, I'm going to get everybody can just send me their email in my email, which is valsvlog@yahoo.com. It's listed in the description box below. And then you will get the products. I will send your email if you win SuperClean to SuperClean, and your products will be coming from the SuperClean warehouse. So you're not getting mine. I'm keeping mine, but SuperClean will send you yours. And we have Terran Vlogs and Fun Adventures in the chat. And I haven't seen you in a while. Are you in college now? I am not sure. I met Taryn, I believe this was Taryn, many years ago when I was doing the Black Friday charity events. And I'm putting you in the drawing. Not yet in college. Are you 18 yet? Can you be in this drawing? Grandma Lynn is here. I'm putting her in the drawing. Good morning, Grandma Lynn. Or afternoon, I think. I should have somebody here secretarying for me. All right, so SuperClean. Dissolves grease on contact, removes dirt, grime, oil, wax, dirt, and tar. It's biodegradable and phosphorate-free. It can be used for things like engines, floor mats, wheels, appliances, carpet, laundry, grills, tools, lawnmowers, boats, RVs. It just has so many different uses, and it's super amazing. And I'm hearing feedback.
What?
Your YouTube.
My YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's causing feedback.
Geez, I have it off, the sound off.
Do you?
Oh, let me get rid of the Bluetooth. Oh, the Bluetooth. Yes, I had Bluetooth. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Oh. You still got feedback.
Sound feedback. Oh, can't take me anywhere, right? I did turn the Bluetooth off, and I'm not using headphones because then I can't hear you for some crazy reason. Let me try, while you're talking, I'll just mute myself and try to put them.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We got 4 people here. It's hard sometimes. So, welcome to everybody. We're going to get started with this because we're going to meet the authors. We've met SuperClean. We're going to give away 1 SuperClean product, and that's going to come straight from the SuperClean warehouse. If you win, then please send me an email with your mailing address so that we can get the items that you won to you. I'm going to quickly give you well, I'll save the rules for later. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the interviews, and then when we go for the drawing at the end. Oh, you forgot feedback.
Oh, mute myself.
All right. So when we get ready to do the drawing, then I'll give you the rules real quick for the drawing. So first person we're going to talk to is Leanna Wilson Eaton, and she is our Miss Leah. And her YouTube channel is Hawkenberry Holler. And the book that we are discussing that Leah and her brother Eric wrote is the book Dino. And Leah, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I'm a mom of 4 and have 4 beautiful daughter-in-laws, 9 grandchildren, married here in rural North Carolina. And yeah, this is my first actual published work. I've done magazine articles, but this was the first book I had ever written.
Awesome. And Lee's exited stage left. That's awesome. Thank you. And our next author is Mr. Lee Ralph, and his YouTube channel is called Lee Ralph Bushcraft Projects and Homesteading. And his book that we're talking about today is Hell Comes to Play. And do you want to talk a little bit? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Lee.
Not much to say. I'm a grandfather, well, father of 4, a grandfather of 6. Again, as Leah was saying, this is my first published work. Big into history, genealogy, stuff like that, outdoors hobbies, and glad to be here.
And we're glad to have you. And I'm kind of keeping my eye on the chat. So we want to welcome Paige. She's just come into the chat. We have Gail Crabtree, Be Bodacious. We have Anna from Anna's Kitchen. We have Taryn. We have a lot of people coming in. So welcome, everybody. We are just meeting the authors. Our last author to meet is going to be Lori Jean. And her YouTube channel is called Living Positively Today. And the book she's written is Finding Passion Through Truth. And this is a poetry book. So, Lori, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I switched from head.
Oh, we can't hear you. You're breaking up.
All right. Hold on.
Yeah, it might be better without. Just if you have a mic.
Oh, I didn't unmute myself. That's why. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you good.
All right. I won't move.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see. What would you like me to tell you again?
About yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see. I love yoga. I'm a singer and songwriter. I started writing probably in 2004 or so because I was at home and doing nothing. And I always wanted to write since I was little, but I couldn't come up with one word. And I started publishing books. Actually, I wrote before 2004. I started publishing books, my books, in 2004. And whether or not they were good, I just kept going. And a publisher, Publish America, published 3 of mine, and I couldn't get out and promote them. They were going to send my books to Barnes and Nobles and the whole thing, but I had a lot going on at the time, so unfortunately, I let that go. Did a podcast and started singing. I had a label pick me up, and I did a little bit of stuff with that, and I had so much writing left over that I just decided to throw it into a poetry book.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we have feedback with you when I'm talking.
We have feedback. Okay.
Right. So if you mute,
I'm going to mute myself when I'm not talking. How's that?
right. I think that works. That works. And I do a Tuesday night Bible study, and I have one person in that Bible study that the same thing happens to him, and we cannot get rid of that echo. So every time that somebody else talks or reads, we have to mute him. So just I'm doing good, Paige. Thank you. I'm doing very well. I was so excited for so long for this day to have all 3 of these authors together, to be able to discuss their books and give away some of their books. So this is like a dream come true for me to have 3 great people on a panel, because I don't do a whole lot of live streams, but I was so looking forward to today. So I asked the viewers, who I've given them 3 chances to win. I had put out 2 videos announcing the live stream and said, if you come into live stream, that'll be your 3rd chance to win. And I'm trying to keep track of everybody here. But I said, if you have any questions, if you don't think you're going to come or you're not going to be able to come, ask a question. So Anna is actually in the chat, Anna's Kitchen, but she had asked a question. And the question she had asked is, what made you want to become a writer? So we're going to go one at a time, and I'll just go in order here. And Lee, do you want to tell us what made you want to become a writer?
Truthfully, I never thought about it. Never had the intentions to be a writer. Never set out to write a book. As I said, I love history. I love mysteries. I love genealogy. And I was just studying and researching, as a side hobby when I would, be working on a project and I needed a break, or, I just start thinking about something. And the vendor subject was a topic I've known about for years, being a native of Kansas. And so I started researching, and at one point, I started telling people about, hey, you got to see the stuff I found. It totally rewrites the history, and had people start to tell me, hey, you probably ought to write that down, because if that's just in your file cabinet, something happens, somebody could just come in, when you're gone, pitch it, and nobody will ever know. So I sat down to put it into written form and became an author, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. So you never saw yourself as I'm going to be an author one day, or I'm going to write a book one day, or
No,
or any of that? No,
not in the least.
I hear you. There's a lot of things that I've done that I have never said, one day I want to do that, but there's a lot of things that just God puts in your path, and you end up doing that.
True.
So, Miss Leah, what made you want to be an author?
Well, I think as far back as I can remember, my mom always wanted to be an author, and she was. She wrote 3 Christian fiction novels, and when I was young, she would buy me these little tiny spiral notebooks that they used to have with the rings on top. I think they still make them. And she would give me a pencil, and I would write stories when I was in 2nd grade on these little books that you had. And then I wrote things off and on. I wrote magazine articles. I would write for the yearbook. I would write, when I was in high school, I would write for the school newspaper. And then I got into the business of raising children. And then when my brother suggested that we publish a book, I was all in. He is an author and makes his living as a speaker and an author, but his subject's mostly demand planning and supply chain stuff, which I know nothing about. But when he said, let's do this, I was all in.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So Paige is asking here, what are some of Lee's other books? But Lee, that was your first book.
Yes.
The Bloody Bender, or the Hell Comes to Play.
It was, research that turned into a book.
Right. So, and Leah's, you have been published before.
I have been published in magazine articles, Mother Earth News, Backwoods Home, Countryside Magazine, probably not exactly the genre that everybody reads, but
yeah, well, I didn't write an article, but I was interviewed for an article in a housekeeping magazine.
There you go.
In my previous lifetime here.
That's right. Your Andy Warhol moment, your 5 minutes of fame.
That's right.
Or was it 15? I don't know.
Yeah, 5, probably okay. 2.5. All right. And the question's going to be posed now to Lori.
Okay, and I'll be brief so we don't all get all echoed out. Yeah, I wrote a note here. I spoke to Val earlier. She said write notes. When I heard others talking, I was 25. I wanted to write. And I just had this wonderful book in my mind, and I had just, went through separation. I don't even know if I was divorced yet, and I had a beautiful story of my family all lined up. It flashed in my mind. I miraculously understood them, and that left because I was going through too much in my life. I don't know if you know how hard it is being a single woman out there, but you can't seem to get anything done. My dad also worked at a printing press company. He gave me a copy of Cheryl Teague's first book, and I was just blown away by it. And I don't think he understood, because he tried to help me write, and I couldn't come up with anything. He even made a desk for me. And when I had it in my hands, I just felt this connection, like I wanted to express to him how important that was to me, but I couldn't get the words to come out of my mouth. And I died of convulsions. Plus, I have head injuries now. when I was a baby. So I think all these ideas and things were churning inside of me, but I really couldn't get them out. So when I went through the worst of my head injuries from abuse from 2009 to 2011, my son insisted I get up off the couch and do something, and especially go back to school. I picked music, so I started writing songs. And I had so many songs left over that I decided to turn it into poetry. And I already talked about, I had 3 books published before then, but I couldn't talk about them because a lot of them came from so much grief. Because with me anyway, if you want to write, you just got to write where you're at the moment, and not stop. And so it's going to take in everything around you. And I still to this day can't pull out the challenges of being a woman and a survivor of abuse, and it still ends up showing up in my books. So I just feel like God gave me that gift to help others, and I'm hoping that that's good enough. And I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to annoy people if I don't.
Okay, no, you're fine. But so when did you first start writing, Lori?
I tried about at 10. Like I said, my dad got me a desk, and he made everything in the house. You know, he even the pencil holder, got the leftover scraps of paper from work, and he would sit there and peek around the corner, and I couldn't get a thing. I know when I was in 8th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Duffy, she said, "You are so unbelievably gifted and talented," because I kind of cheated, really. I just like scroll through a book that I was supposed to do a book report on, and I could instantly just take in something from it, and by reading the back of the cover. And whatever I interpreted it was just so good. I think it was involved. It was just kind of really done kind of an involved way, kind of like my writing in the poetry book I spoke to you about, Val. And so, but I just, life has been hard on me, and I'm not going to complain. I'm very grateful for being alive, I can smell the air and stuff. But I have had a pretty hard life, so I haven't really had a lot of support to be able to do things in my life. And you get knocked down a lot if you try to do them yourself if you're a woman. But still, even with that, I got a bunch of books written in a podcast when I was at the worst of my abuse. And like I said, I couldn't market them. So my son was about 6, though, I should say, when I started really writing. That was the initial question. So
Right. Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay, now I'll be quiet.
So Kathy says, Lori, I think what you send is always going to be true. What you said, probably. You cannot separate surviving abuse from life. It's part of your core being. Okay. So my next question that I'm going to pose to them, and Gail said that she had stepped out, and she wanted to talk about, she stepped out while Lee Ralph was talking, and she wanted to talk about his book. We are going to go back in, and we're going to talk about the books and the content in the books. That's going to be another question. So you really didn't miss that. So the next question that I have is, what inspired you to write these books? And tell us a little bit about what your book is about. And that, I think, is what Gail is looking for. Tell us a little bit about what your book is about. And we'll go to Lee first, Lee Ralph. So tell us, this is his book, is Hell Comes to Play. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to write it, and if you haven't said that already, and a little bit about the book.
Well, I touched on it just a little bit. What inspired me to write it was not wanting to lose the history and the rewriting of history that I had uncovered while doing my research. So basically, that was the what's the focus? I'm looking for the right word, but the drive to put it into written form, as I was saying. But the book itself is about a family that lived on the prairie in the 1870s in southeastern Kansas. And it is a true crime story. They had set up a little shop, and all of a sudden people started coming up missing, and the story goes they were really people that weren't missed. So, they'd search a little bit and they'd let it go. People, went missing on the prairie, that people wanted to go missing. They'd just disappear. They'd go start a new life. But a prominent doctor also went missing, And he was in search, well, he had to go take care of some business in another city, but he was also searching for his neighbors who had went missing. And they were actually neighbors of the Ingalls when they lived in Kansas. But anyway, the doctor was among those that went missing. And not only was he a prominent doctor, his brother was a Kansas state senator. So he had somebody to look for him, and he was somebody to be missed. So they set out searching for him, and in the process, they come upon the Bender's home, and they questioned him. They thought, well, these people are different, but we don't think they're guilty of anything. And then about a month later, somebody came by the home, and the home was abandoned, and they found livestock that were dying. They thought it odd. They thought, okay, something has happened to the Benders. We need to start searching. In the process of searching, they found 8 bodies buried in the backyard, all in different states of decomposition. Having trouble saying that today. And all of them were mutilated. And sadly, one of them was Dr. York and his neighbors, or his neighbor and his little 9-month-old daughter. That's the main known story about the Benders and historic. What my book does from there is I have uncovered new research. I've traced the Benders. I found out originally nobody knew who they were. They just said they were the Benders. They didn't know if they were even a family, if they were just criminals. I researched who they were, found out how they were connected. I've traced them back across the United States, traced them into Europe, traced the Bender family back to the 1600s. I discuss the possible outcome after the murders. So I'm trying not to give too much away in the book.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the first half of the book is touching on the known story with cutting through. There's a lot of myth and fabrication built up around the stories of the Benders, even from the very beginning in 1873 when the bodies were found. And so the first part, I kind of try to cut through that, to the facts. And then the second half is when I totally rewrite history of what is known of the Benders and their story.
Right. And you can, when you read the book, you can definitely see the amount of research you did for that book. It's impressive. It's impressive to see. All right. So Miss Leah.
Yes.
What inspired you to write the book, and tell us a little bit about your book, Dino?
Okay. The book Dino is probably leading up to the book is probably even funnier than the book, and the book is funny. My dad grew up in a coal camp outside of Fairmont, West Virginia, called Dakota, and his best friend's name was Dino. And I had read where Dino Saplita had passed away, and so we were actually at my grandmother's funeral. She lived to be 101. No sadness there. So I'm sitting at the table with all my cousins and my brother and my son, and I said to my aunt, who was my dad's sister, I said, "Did you know Dino Saplita died?" And she said, "Dino Saplita died? Well, the last I heard, he was in California." So we started making these jokes back and forth about where's Dino and how he was like Elvis and blah, 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 blah. And my aunt started telling us stories about some of the antics that my dad and Dino had done. Well, the next day we were at the funeral, and so I said to my Aunt Carolyn, who's from the other side of the family, my mom's side of the family, I said, "Did you know Dino Saplita died?" And she said, "Yes, I did. I heard he died in Colorado." Well, that just added to the Elvis story, didn't it? I mean, where's Dino? And so another fellow who had gone to school with them, I went up to Mike and said, Mike, did you know Dino Saplita died? He said, I didn't know Dino Saplita died. I thought he was in Florida. And so we were joking about it, like, where's Dino or who's seen Dino or whatnot. And my brother and I went to this restaurant and I said, does everybody in Fairmont, West Virginia know Dino Saplita? And I walked up to a stranger and I said, do you know Dino Saplita? And they said, well, no, but we know Tony and we've heard of Dino. And so the restaurant was getting really crowded and we were having to wait for a table. So we left and we went to another restaurant and we were laughing and joking about Dino. And this old woman in a walker, comes over and she pats my hand and she said, are you talking about Dino Saplita? He was a real high stepper in high school, best football player we've ever seen. And so when my brother and I came home from this funeral, he lives in Kentucky, and I'm sorry he can't be here, but he's in Portland right now. We started sending these funny little stories back and forth about Dino and what Dino did and what Dino said, and just playing off of all the stories that we had heard about Dino, and it became a book. My brother said, do you want to publish? And I was like, let's go for it. And we did. And, you know, my brother Eric and I still laugh every time we talk about the book. It's just hysterical to us. Now, whether anybody else has that kind of sense of humor or not, I don't know, but we laugh.
Yeah, it was a funny book. I really enjoyed the book.
Yeah.
We got into lots of trouble.
I hope you don't mind me interrupting here. I have a friend, he's passed now though, and his name was Dino. And
Oh my goodness.
I got a kick just when I heard the name, and then as you're telling the story, I keep thinking of Dino, who was an honorary character.
Oh gosh, that's perfect. His last name wasn't Saplita, was it?
No,
That would be
it was
funny.
Shaker.
And where did you last know him?
Here in Kansas, and then he had moved to Tennessee for a while, where his dad lived, and then back here to Kansas. And
Who
it's
knows
funny,
if
I
that
kept
was
working
really
with
his last
son.
name? That's right. Maybe that was just Dino Incognito.
Could be.
Dino Incognito.
That's right.
Oh,
We all know Dinos, don't we?
We all know Dino's. Okay, and Lori, the same question. What inspired you? Anything that you haven't told us about what inspired you and a little about the book?
Yes. I did a radio show I talked about from 2009 to 2011 with a lot of unbelievably wonderful women, including Rosa Torres, who served as commissioner in Philadelphia recently. And a lot of these, I say they come from like a time of grief with me. Just all emotions really from a woman, some men too, I'm sure. But all the stories I heard, I interviewed over 100 women. A lot of them were abused. A lot of them, they just came up prominently to me. I mean, I couldn't keep up with them. And a lot of them were, very, they've grown a lot, but they were already in nice, high-powered positions. I just got to learn about women, what they've been through, their struggles, how hard it is. And such I have a lot of empathy that I could really just easily write down my feelings, that I come from struggles and their struggles from a day-to-day basis life. A lot of gratefulness in this though, I mean, because I'm into a lot of holistic healing, so there's always a spiritual ending in this this book.
Right. And this is your book, Finding Passion Through Truth. That's Lori's book.
So it does help if you've gone through a lot, I feel, that if you can't communicate what you've been through, you feel ashamed to say what you've been through. You feel ashamed or wrong if you express the anger, and I go to Gail's husband's church every week now. I listen to Val every week now. I love her Bible study, but I still do feel that it's okay to express the worst of how you feel. Now, I do it in poetry, and I don't talk about, hatefully harming someone, but using my mind to just take control and maybe, almost twist the abusers. I mean, some abusers have done, we know, absolutely horrendous things. And instead of losing your mind and just, screaming and falling off the edge, I learned to take my mind, turn it around, and just put it right back on that person. And some of them, they're not all like that. I mean, some I just, I talk about children, and how beautiful they are, maybe their struggles and how I want to be there for them. It's just a lot of relating.
So do you have a favorite poem in that book?
I think Sleepy Angel Inspire, and I've seen, children go through a lot. When you're an abuse victim, you see a lot of people suffer. And unfortunately, nobody listens to you, and, you cry, you want to be there for them, you can't, so it just stays inside of you. Sleepy Angel Inspire is really telling that child to get up, get up and fight, get away from that bad person. I'd say that's my favorite. I don't like the last two words in it, but that would be my favorite.
Okay, Gail is asking, is everybody's book on Amazon? Can you mute just a second?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sorry, because there's a terrible echo. I'm not sure why, but Gail's asking, is everybody's book available on Amazon? And yes, it is. And the link is in the description box below on this live stream. So go to the description box, and the link to everybody's Amazon is on there.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to answer that in the chat also. So, Lori, did you want to read your favorite poem out of the book? Do you want to take a second to read that poem for us?
I'd love to do that, and I would sleep well knowing that hopefully I'm helping another child out there. I even folded the page. I was trying to think of which one I wanted to do, and right now I'm about helping kids, because I did write a kid's book too, Leah, and I'm so taken by the fact that he wrote that, and I'm flabbergasted by Lee too. But okay, Sleepy Angel Inspire. We're like little lambs in the fields. Everywhere the wind blows, we concede. Every whim that comes upon us, we please. Sleepy Angel Inspire. Make all that rustle go away through the whirls of your wind. Images too non-appropriate needed to concealment. Non-partisan to participation or conclusion to be. Endlessly infinity, soundless incumbency, blowing your way to me, I can tell you a dream. We are partisan, we are here to please. We are wandering aimlessly, helpless on our knees. We cry for forgiveness. I know a dream. All the children laughing and playing, they're now free. Come join my way. You can be part of me. Now, I'm a little lost in that last line. I can see how I can change it, but my head injury leads me to the children's book that I wrote, Be Free Like Me, when you can't talk and you're trying to get help. So I apologize for the last line, but yeah, that's for the children out there. So whether they can't make it to heaven or they're in pain.
That's what inspired you at the time. Came out. Can you mute?
Oh, yes.
Okay, sorry. But that's what you were feeling at the time. That's the words you put on the paper. So, I mean, that's perfect, right? So, yeah, don't apologize for your work. If that's what you were inspired with at the time, that's what your work is. So, yeah.
That was beautiful. That really was beautiful. Yeah. And I think it speaks to all of the children who suffer silently. I do. Just awesome. Thank you, Lori Jean.
Yeah. There's a lot of children out there suffering in different ways.
Right. Right.
It may be mental, physical, all kinds of abuse out there. So
I'm just from the one that you read, I can see where that would give a voice to somebody that may not have a voice.
Right. Right. Just beautiful.
Yeah, I encourage y'all to, if you don't win a book, go to Amazon and order one of each of these books, because I have them. each of these authors have sent me a copy of their book. Even, before I even thought about doing this giveaway, I've read these books and they're all amazing books. So I encourage you all, if you don't win a copy of the book, you'll win one book, maybe order the other two. It's good reading. All three are good reading. So that's why they're here on my panel, because I have a lot of respect for all three of these people. And I just love you guys. I really do.
Me too.
So is there anything that you haven't said, any of you, about the research on your book that you want to add or add more to what you did to research for your book? If you do, just go ahead and.
I probably spent.
Well, go ahead, Lee. Go ahead. I'll come after you.
Okay, sorry about that. I joked that it's the book that almost killed me. I spent so many hours of just sitting at the desk and other research locations. I ended up getting blood clots in my legs that went into my lungs, and
Oh my goodness!
put me out for a while. So I joked that it's the book that almost killed me. But the thing that I do want to add is that the book came out at a good time. I think I'm good friends with the gentleman that owns the land where all this took place, and he is actually in the process of having Kansas University do archaeological digs on the land, and they're looking at a couple 3 to 4 year project on that.
Oh, nice!
So hopefully,
another book
will turn up, from the land itself.
Are we going to see a sequel?
Don't know yet.
Could
We'll leave it
happen.
at that.
Okay, Miss Leah, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
The research for the book. Well, first of all, Lee, I am so glad you're here to be with us today.
That was the Benders haunting him.
Yay!
I'm glad to be here and glad to meet you guys.
That's right. The research for our book was really fun because my brother didn't live through, my brother's 12 years younger than I am, and he never knew the life that my dad had lived or that I had known as a small child in this coal camp in West Virginia. And so we spent a whole 3 or 4 days with one of the moderators, Kathy Kreider. She was our editor, touring this area of West Virginia. And it was just so funny seeing my brother's reaction to some of the things that he was hearing or seeing or having to discover for the first time, and knowing more about our dad, and who's passed away, and the family and how things were. One funny thing was I kept telling him, I said, if you're ever insecure, you just tell him who your family background is, tell him what your roots are, and they'll pay attention to it. This is West Virginia. You got to know somebody who knows somebody. You got to be from here. And so we went up on Dakota Hill where my dad grew up, and the houses are just shambles now because the coal mine hasn't been in working progress for years and years and years and years. And he was just like, I said, I'm going to get out of the car and just walk down and look at Dino's house and where my grandparents lived. He was like, no, just get in the car. Just don't get out of the car. And he was just like so paranoid. And he didn't understand that these were my people. These were my tribe. And it gave him a really new understanding of what life was like in the coal camps of West Virginia during the 1930s and 40s.
Nice. And Lori, did you have anything else you wanted to add about the research on your book or anything? I know yours is personal experience, right?
Actually, no. I really got a lot of ideas. Well, from the Women Empowerment show that I told you about, I read like all these women's books that came to me, so I was already learning there. But I also, during COVID, did something called Girl Time. It's on a playlist under my channel, Living Positively After Challenges. And I would research. I was always researching anyway in school, really learning things I never knew about. And it was doing a lot of research online for different topics we were just really deeply hitting into, because at that time we really need to get our mind off of what was going on. So I'd have to say a lot of research from topics that I wanted to address, some about abuse and not having money, and then poverty, and trying to go through it all, really. So I'd have to say it was a lot of research on a lot of those topics.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right, my next question for everybody is, tell me a little bit about the book cover, the cover on your book. Who designed it? How did you come up with it? Even if I did write a book, I don't know if I'd know how to think about what needs to go on the cover that will catch somebody's attention and get them to pick up the book and say, oh, that looks like a good book. A lot of times the cover will prompt somebody to pick the book up. So, Lee, did you want to go first?
Yeah, the original cover I designed myself, which that was the original cover, which some said they liked, and I just realized that wasn't getting the point across what I wanted to say in the book. And I had a friend, I'm going to do a plug here, a friend of mine, local author. I loved her cover, and I asked her about it. I said, who designed your cover? She gave me the lady's name, and she was in Sweden, and that was, as a new author, I was a little out to her. She was a great lady, and her name was Catherine Russell, and she said that's not, she usually doesn't do true crime or nonfiction. But she said, let me look into it a bit. And she started reading the story of the Benders and wrote back. And she said, please let me do that. I want to do that cover. So I said, yeah, go for it. And so she sat down and she sent me the first design. Now, there's very small tweaks, but basically that was the very first design. And I said, that's perfect because it brings out the role in how the victims were murdered.
With the chair.
Yes.
Yeah, the chair in front of the curtain there. Yeah.
And then they were hit from the back with a sledgehammer, and then I won't go into any further detail.
Don't tell too much. Don't give too much away. They got to read it.
That too. Just some of the stuff probably better left read than.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. What about Dino? How did you come up with the cover for Dino?
Okay. First of all, we tried to redesign the book cover after the first publishing of the book. We did hire a graphic artist to do it. And if you read the book, there's something in each of these that has a story behind it. Like there's a Ferris wheel for the Paw Paw Fair, there's a goat, there's the school in the area. But people looked at this and I think it was too animated for the book. But we do think it makes a great T-shirt for people who are raised in that area. So I think that's what direction we're going to go with the cover, and just put the second printing has a different cover. But yeah, but I can't get that in there. There we go. And also, even though we had 2 editors, it says Tall Tales from a Simpler Times Up on the Hill. What the heck is that ass doing there? We just tell them it's a West Virginia colloquialism, okay? So there you go. Now you know my secrets.
And I want to say in her book also there's some nice recipes in the back.
There are recipes, and those are actual recipes from my aunts and my grandparents. in the back of that book. Good old hillbilly recipes.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about Lori? Tell us how you came up with this cover.
All right. Well, no one's gonna, give me a photographer of the year, so it's certainly not going to be because of the rose. I went with the words and finding passion through truth, which is really how I just faced the truth of everything, and I got to my passion. I'd say the best part is the back cover that my son did. My son won an award, and he got a scholarship in high school for some photos he took, and he's the amazing person. And I think I might use him on my next, if I do finish the next poetry book. So there's no special magic there except my kids' photography. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how old's your son now?
he just turned 28.
Did he really?
Married and I have a grandbaby now. So it's
Awesome.
yeah, no more finding a man. So that's over.
We all know we had a new grandbaby on the 5th of July, a little boy.
Which I'm going to send my children's book to. Yeah. Oh, I got to wait.
That's our number 6. Our number 6 grandbaby. I'm almost caught up to Leah.
Almost. And I have a grandbaby whose birthday is July 5th too. He just turned 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. What's my next question? When was your book published, and what did you do to promote it? Lee, you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I can. The book was published the end of September of 2023. I have been doing a lot of news interviews, a couple of news stories. I had a write-up in the Kansas State Historical magazine that we have called the Zephyr. Again, reaching out to a lot of the local papers in the area. A couple of podcasters. I've been on a couple of podcasts. Of course, using marketing through Amazon, but just trying every venue that I can to get it into the news. And it's helping, as I said, that, an interesting thing is not far from where the murders happened is a restaurant called the Bender's Kitchen. And they play the theme up. In fact, they have chairs with the curtain, you can see the hammers above it. And so it's kind of cool. So they have a lot of people that stop by the Bender's Kitchen and ask questions. So they reached out to me, and they have the book there. So just several different venues that I've been trying. But as I was saying, with the land where they're doing the archaeological digs, we've been trying our best to get it into the news, and the work that they're doing and with the book with the new information are kind of going hand in hand in getting the word out.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Leah?
Well, my brother being the published author, and he's written textbooks for Notre Dame, and that I'm small potatoes compared to him. And by the way, if you want to watch him, he's demand planning on YouTube, but only if you know supply chain and demand and that kind of stuff, or it'll be totally over your head like it is me. But anyhow, he knew how to promote the book, and then we went around and we did several book signings at a few places, and we also have our book in state parks and local bookstores around the area that are more touristy, so that people come in and buy the books thinking, oh, this from a local author about the area, yada yada yada. So that's kind of how we promoted the book.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
told everybody they had to buy one. The baby
right.
needs shoes.
I think we're all guilty of that.
It's like, come on, please. Let me just break even on this book, okay?
But that's important. That's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I would have never thought about the state parks and stuff. That's really
Right. Right. Well, but for our type of books, then that just seemed like the best way to go.
good. Right.
Kind of like when Lee was talking about being at the restaurant where they had the chair. I mean,
Right.
his book just goes so perfectly with that. Why wouldn't you want to
does.
buy the book after seeing that? So,
Have you ever thought about doing a book signing there, Lee, at the restaurant?
We've talked about it. I've done a couple of few book signings. We've discussed it, and it just hasn't happened yet. I do have one coming up. KU is going to be doing a presentation in September about their last archaeological dig, and that's my next, if you want to say, big book signing coming up, and that would be, I think that's going to be in Parsons, Kansas, or else Independence. I'm not sure where it's going to be at right yet, but that's just in the works. But have done a couple book signings.
Okay, that's cool. And Kathy in the chat is saying, Lee, is the university using your book in connection with the archaeological studies?
I don't know. Each of the members of the team has a copy, so I don't know. It's a little, my topics do not transfer so much as to what they may find in the ground, but they may uncover something that they can now go, oh, wait a minute, I remember him talking about that. So as of now, they're both just telling the story, different parts of the story.
Okay. All right. And how about Lori? When was your book published and how have you promoted it?
Okay, it was published September 9th of last year, 2023, and I'm pretty low maintenance with my publishing. I always share things at my social sites. I don't think I did an online press release for this one. I might have. But Gail really, Crabtree of at Bodacious here on YouTube, she's really the one that got me started with getting the book out there. I start to lose my confidence a little bit, and especially now with a little bit more that I've gone through, and it's later in my life. But she had a show with it on there, and I sent her one, and she sent it over to a women's organization. I had to pick one of them out here in Portland, Oregon, and they were so grateful, and it just, filled me up, and it helped me go further. And I sent more to 2 other shelters of their women's department over there to help them out. One of them I heard back from. They're very happy with it. They have it on the bookshelf, and each person that stays there can get a chance to read it. I could only send so many, and I'm hoping, and if anybody else is interested in any, I want to continue to send them to, whether or not it's gift baskets, people looking for auctions, or any organizations where they think this book would be helpful. That's what I'm really doing with this one.
Okay. And Gail is saying in the chat, no, you're not allowed to lose confidence.
It happens.
It does happen in anything you do in life, but you gotta go strong.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to talk over you.
Yeah, go ahead. I was just agreeing.
I was going to toss something out if it's okay. I don't know if you or any of you have heard of a organization called Books for the Brave.
No.
It's there's an organization that gets donations from authors of new books, and they distribute them to the soldiers or at different posts, soldiers down on the border. They take them there, they give them something to read, and it's all new material.
That's
so
awesome.
You're looking for I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great organization. And I think it's called, if I remember right off the top of my head, Books for the Brave.
Yeah, because soldiers come from all places and that can relate to all different things. Everybody has their own things
Yes.
that they like to read. Some people, like poetry. Some people, want to read about where they're from or where, somebody else's history. Everybody, I think a lot of people like history and stuff.
When
So,
Leah's
yeah.
book could give somebody a laugh that's needing a laugh on a bad day, and poetry might touch somebody that really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
yeah.
If I can interject without cutting off Val with echoing, can you send me a link to that, Lee, or put it in here? Because I just looked up Books for the Brave and I didn't see it. And that is a super idea because, like you and Val both had said, they have been everywhere and seen everything. So this would be a great place for that to go.
Yeah, you can put it in the chat if you want to. If you can find a link and copy and paste it into the chat, you're welcome to do that.
Okay.
That way everybody will have it, and anybody coming back to watch the live stream later, if they make it this far through the live stream, they can snatch that out of the chat if they want to help out this organization. And if anybody in the chat wants to help out this organization and purchase any of these books to donate to them, feel free to do that also.
One thing I did want to mention is that Eric and I determined in the very beginning that 10% of our sales would go towards the area of Appalachia that we have written about. My cousin teaches at a very poor school, and they don't have band instruments for all the children because it's such a poor area. And so we're able to give money towards clarinets or trumpets or whatever that these kids want to play, or we've donated books to their library or donated teacher supplies with the profits, 10% of the profits of what we actually make on the book after it's published.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Gail's put in here Operation Paperback. I'm not sure what that is because I've not heard of that one either. But that's another one that you might want to look into.
Books for the Brave. Okay.
I just put the Facebook link, and then that would get you there to get more information about their main sources to contact them. And there you can message them. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle about 3 different things there.
No, I understand because I'm trying to go from listening to the chat to, I don't want to miss any. I'm trying not to miss anything, and I hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat or anything. But she is asking, is it similar to Operation Paperback? And I don't even know what that is.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'll read their little topic here, or their little intro, if you would. Books for the Brave is dedicated to bringing new books to the servicemen and women in the United States Armed Forces. We have a goal of making donations 2 times a year, Veterans Day and Flag Day. Books for the Brave has already made an impact along the Texas-Mexico border by supplying numerous copies of Westerns to the troops to enjoy. And
That's awesome.
And hopefully we can continue to reach more brave men and women across the country and the globe in the years to come. God bless America. That's Books for the Brave.
Right. And Karen wrote you a little note there in the chat saying, people have preferences on books. Just because someone might like one type of book, someone likes another, doesn't mean that your book isn't good. You have to have confidence in what you're writing, because there's a lot of people out there who love poetry, and there's a lot of people that love a good mystery, and there's a lot of people that love a funny story or happy stories, or, there's all kinds of people that read all kinds of stuff. So don't ever lose confidence. Be confident in what you do. So I think the other question I have, unless anybody else has any questions, is what's next? What's next, guys? Are you planning on any other books coming up?
Since we've been I guess I'll start again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
As far as on the vendors topic, I I've got a couple ideas I'm tossing around, and as I said, I'm friends with the guy that the gentleman that owns the land, Mr. Bob Miller, and he has some people that do research for him. So we've kind of chatted about a couple of different topics to do books on, but I just want to make sure if I do another book on the benders that it's bringing something and not just writing on the shirt tails, if you would, or coat tails, and not really bringing anything to the table, if you would. But as I mentioned earlier, I love mysteries, and so there's a couple of different mysteries I'm looking at and tossing them around. But again, I don't want just another book repeating the same thing that's been said 100 times before.
Right. Okay. How about you, Leah?
Well, my brother and I have written this book that just recently came out called Appalachia Through the Years. And it is a century look at the people, culture, events, and traditions of Appalachia. It's just stories that either we have been passed down to us or have been documented. One of the things that is very dear to me is this picture, and I'm not sure if you can see it very well at all. Probably not. Hold on, let me try.
Let me try to make you bigger. Hold on. Oh, hold on. No, hold on. There you go.
Okay, let me figure this out. This picture is two coal miners being raised out of the Farmington number 9 mine disaster that happened back in the 1970s. And this fella right here is our Uncle Danny, and he survived that mine explosion that killed 79 people. And so this book is just like about the Silver Bridge collapse. Our family was about a quarter of a mile from getting on the Silver Bridge when it did collapse around Christmas time. We were going back to my grandmother's. It just talks about different cultures, not only in West Virginia, but up through North Carolina, Kentucky, just all along Appalachia and things that have gone on. And it's a very interesting book about details that people probably did not know about Appalachia. And this is available on Amazon.
I am going to go get one.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know about that book. I don't think I knew about that book.
Well, you know me with my medical problems. It came out at a time where I just could not have the energy to promote it, and Eric did his bit, but I didn't do mine. So now I am. Appalachia Through the Years. Grab your copy.
All right, well, we'll have to do a sequel to this show.
That's right.
Y'all get it writing so we can do it again. All right, what about you, Lori? What's coming up with you? I know you got a children's book. Oh, that's okay. I know you got a children's book. So
Yes. Well, right now I'm just working on giving up my children's book. I would love to have it propped up really prettily in some kind of baskets with other kitty things. But I do have another one called Sometimes a Broken Flower, another poetry book. And I'm not sure if they're happy in there or not, but I have so many more of those, and it's actually ready to go as far as the poems to go into the book. So I might put that out, but I'm working on a love song too. I just put out 6 songs this year, so it's kind of hard to work on a love song and then work on that kind of work with my head anyway. I need to separate myself. So I'd say if I do a poetry book, it'll be that. But I'm really excited about donating my kids' book right now, so that's what I'm working on.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. All right. Does anybody else have anything that I haven't asked that they want to add? Did I cover everything pretty good? Does anybody in the chat have any questions? That something I missed? I tried to be as thorough as I could. I think this is like my first real interview of any kind. If y'all like this kind of thing, we can do it again.
I just want to say, if you buy my book or you win my book, try the pierogi recipe in the back of the book. It's my Aunt Edna's. She's 88 years old. She's on a cruise right now. Kathy can vouch. She has like pierogi palooza once a year, and we go and she makes like 300 pierogies, and they're so delicious and so good, and she's the best cook in the whole wide world.
And there's no calories in it, right?
Absolutely no calories in her pierogies, even though she does put bacon grease over the top of them to make them taste better.
I'm looking for it. I know I saw it in here before.
Yeah, it's pierogies.
I'll have to find it. I don't know if I'm skilled enough, but I could try.
And her
Maybe
pies do rock. Yes, Kathy Kreider, they do.
Her pies.
Her pies do.
Is Kathy from West Virginia?
No, she had not been until we asked her to be our editor, and we took her, and she was also a photographer to document the trip. And so she went with Eric and I, and she said the best part of being in West Virginia was actually hearing Eric and I play off of each other with what was going on. She said she had never laughed so hard in her whole entire life.
Oh. And y'all, I have met Kathy. I've met Leah's friend Kathy too. We met in Richmond with Leah. So, and I guess we'll be meeting again next month.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So I have, I'm ready, I guess, for the giveaway, right? And this video is sponsored by SuperClean, the best degreaser cleaner in the world. Y'all, the link to SuperClean to, I guess, this product is in the description box below also, because I want to give SuperClean equal time. SuperClean is an amazing cleaning product, and they are actually sponsoring this giveaway and giving away one of each of these to the same person. They're doing a one person giveaway, which will be winning these two items. And I want to say hello to Judy and Spirit, who have just come into the chat. Miss Judy and her precious baby puppy Spirit, and we want to welcome them. Lee Ralph? Do you know Judy?
No, I don't.
Okay, she's bushcrafting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she's way up in Maine, but she hasn't put a lot out recently, but she has a wonderful channel. So, Judy, I'm going to put you in the giveaway if that's okay. We're getting ready to draw for the giveaway, so you got here just in time. So we're giving away books from these wonderful authors, and we're giving away a SuperClean product. So I'm going to read through the rules for the giveaway, and I have given everybody 3 chances to win. I had 2 previous videos, and you could enter on each of those videos, and you could also enter by coming into the chat, the live stream today. So number 1, the giveaway is limited to the continental USA. SuperClean will not ship outside the continental USA, so we're going to limit all the giveaway to the continental USA. You must be 18 years of age or older. You can enter up to 3 times the 2 videos previously to this one and this video, the live stream, but you can only win 1 time. So if I draw your name twice, you have 3 chances to win, but you can only win once. I want to be fair and have as many people as possible win. So if I call your name 1 time and you're here, you tell me what you want. That'll be your prize. And then that'll be it. If you get drawn a second time, I'm going to just move on to the next thing that I draw. Okay, I just want to be fair. I want a lot of people to win. I love my subscribers, and I just want to, and I love these books, and I just want to share out as much as I can share out. And if you really wanted a book and didn't win the book you wanted or a book, it's in the description box below. The SuperClean link is in the description box below. So please, I encourage you to get these books. They're amazing. I've read all 3 of them. So if you do get drawn, my email is in the description box below. Also, valsvlog@yahoo.com. I would need you to send me by my email, send me your mailing address so I can mail these items, get the items mailed out to you. I will forward your mailing address to SuperClean if you choose the SuperClean product, and they will be mailing the SuperClean item directly from SuperClean. So good luck. And if you are in the chat, you get to tell me what you want if your name is drawn, okay? If you are not in the chat, then I will put your name on the paper as a winner, but whatever's left over is what you're going to end up with, okay? So it'll kind of go like that. So Lee and I talked about the best way to do this. So we kind of came up with, I'm going to draw a name. And if you're here, you get the first choice. We have one person winning SuperClean. Once somebody picks SuperClean, that's it. I only can have one winner on the SuperClean. I have 2 of the books, Hell Comes to Play. I have 2 of the books, Dino. And I have 3 of the books, Finding Passion Through Truth. So I have 3 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of the SuperClean. So whoever gets drawn their names first gets first choices. Once those are off the table, then you can pick from whatever's left over. They're all interesting books. Hell Comes to Play, Judy, if you missed the stream, Hell Comes to Play is kind of like a research to the Bender family back in the 1800s who were murdering people. And Lee went into researching about the Benders. And this book is all of his research and everything about the people who were murdered and how they were murdered. And I'm not going to tell you a lot about it because I want you to read it. So it's an amazing book. It's a pretty easy read. And I don't do a whole lot of reading, but I was in the book and I read it all the way. So, I mean, I really, truly enjoyed the book. Dino is the funny tales of a young man that Leah's family knew, and it's from his childhood on, and just funny stories from back in West Virginia, coal mine area. So, again, pretty easy read. The stories, each chapter has a little story in it, and who can ask for anything more, right? Lori's book is Finding Passion Through Truth, and this a poetry book that Lori put together, kind of going through her struggles with abuse, and just poems that will be uplifting and helping you relate if you have been in that kind of a situation, or even if you haven't. She writes beautiful poetry. So anybody who gets this is going to really appreciate this book or this book or this book. I have autographed copies, y'all. Just saying. I feel special. Anyway, so I'm going to read through this because what I do to draw my names, I got to find my basket here. I have a basket and I do hearts, and I've always done this with my giveaways, and it always works fine. So I have little numbers on hearts. So when I read your name, write down your number so you know what number you are. So from my first video, the SuperClean giveaway and books was the name of the video. And this was the first time I introduced the giveaway. I have Tracy Wants. It's Tenacious is her YouTube channel, and she's going to be number 1. And I am going to drop it in the basket after I show it to you. Y'all will know that I drop it in the basket, right? Heart number 2. Oh my goodness, I can't find my camera. Heart number 2 is Hockenberry Holler. This is Leah. She is actually on the panel, but she wants to win one of the other authors' books. So she's going in the drawing. Number 3 is Rosemary Lopez. She's been a subscriber of mine for a very long time. She's number 3. Number 4 is Carolyn Bilski. She's actually a personal friend of mine who watches my YouTube channel, but she's moved out west a few years back. and I haven't seen her, but sometimes she'll drop me a comment, and so she's entered. Number 5, Diana Antu, and I was hoping that she'd come in here today. She's a fairly new subscriber from another person's channel that I've watched for a very long time. And I knew her from the other person's channel, but she's just found my channel. So, and she's been really faithful as far as leaving comments. So Diana Antu, you're number 5. Lisa Schultz, a subscriber who I met and have become friends with in person, is number 6. Awesome. Her and her husband, Charlie, are awesome. Number 7, Carol Evans. All right, subscriber. Number 8, Anna's Journey to a Healthier Life, and she's calling herself something else now. Are you still in the chat, Anna? She's number 8. It's Anna's Kitchen now, I think she's calling herself. She does recipes on her channel, and she also does gardening on her channel, so check her out. She's number 8, and she actually won my last SuperClean giveaway and has got her products and loves them. But I think she wants a book. Number 9 is Life with Sandy, and she's been a subscriber of mine for a lot of years. I watch her pretty much every day. Number 9. Number 10 is West Virginia, Running Don. Do you know Don?
He's from my area.
Is he? You know him, right?
Yeah, he's like about 6 miles from where I was raised.
Really?
Yeah.
I watch him a lot.
Yeah.
So, and he'll comment on my stuff from time to time. He does a lot of running. Oh my gosh, I don't know where he gets his energy.
I know, he's like the Forrest Gump of YouTube. I mean,
I know he runs like marathons for days and never stops.
He does.
He's done like super marathons. So he's number 10, and he's actually won a giveaway before too. He won I had a little drone or something before that he won. So it was very cool. His kids were playing with it in a video. Number 11 is Grandma Lynn. I'm not sure if she's still here or not, but I can sit on her live streams and watch her for hours. She's super awesome. And she's number 11. And then number 12, Anna, Grandma Lynn, are you still here? Number 12 is Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw and I have been subscribed to each other for a super long time. Actually have talked with him. Gail Crabtree knows him. Just a wonderful man from up north.
Yes.
He does. Oh, you know him too, right, Lee?
Yes.
He works in his shop. He does a lot from his shop. So, number 13 is No Excuses, Belief in Myself. This young lady has a fitness channel, and she's in Pennsylvania. I watch her pretty much every day too, or every day that she posts a video. Number 14 is Be Bodacious, Miss Gail Crabtree, and she is in the chat. Oh, Miss Lynn is in the chat too. All right. Number 15 is Elizabeth B. SoCal, Southern California. And I have been, she's been subscribed to me a long time. She does put out a few videos here and there with her grandson, but she's number 15. Retirement Days, I have come to love this lady. And she came over from Grandma Lynn's channel and subscribed to me, and I'm subscribed to her now, and I'm just in love with this lady. And she's number 16. Number 17 is Grandma Lynn. All right. Number 18 is Nancy Who 52, who's been a subscriber for a while. She came from Sandy's channel and actually found out she lives local in the area. And I have met with her a few times and had lunch with her. She's super cool too. So I love YouTubers. I wouldn't have any friends if it wasn't for YouTubers, you know. I just love YouTubers. I really do. And number 19 is Life with Sandy. Life with Sandy. Okay. Let me fix it. I wrote her name wrong on here. I want to make sure I get it right. Okay. And she's 19. Number 20 is Anna's Kitchen or Anna's Journey to a Healthier Life. What's her channel? And number 21, and this was off the second video. The second video was I have some super exciting news was the name of the video. And this is 21. So number 13 through 21 was from I have some super exciting news video. The rest from that video is number 22, which is Miss Leah, because she really wants to win a book. And she's number 22. So you're writing down your numbers. And then we have Kathy, who watches the videos. She doesn't do videos, but she's I have met Kathy. She's super cool. And no, that was Grandma Sandy. Number 19 was Grandma Sandy. It was a separate Sandy. So I don't know Grandma Sandy, but we're going to leave her in here. And Grandma Sandy was number 19. I'm sorry. I wrote Grandma Sandy and I thought that was wrong, but that's right. But she's only, I don't know her really. All right. Number 24 is Life with Sandy because I have her written on the back. Number 25, Lee. I had you down for number 25, Mr. Ralph, Mr. Lee Ralph. Do you want to be in the drawing?
Well, since you've got it written on there, I wasn't going to, but yeah.
I can add you one more for today if you want me to.
Just one would be fine, yeah.
One would be fine. Okay.
Yes.
And then number 26 is Diana Antu. She's entered again. And that was why I thought that she was going to be here today because she was really excited about listening to you guys speak. So I'm sure she'll watch the replay. Okay, so the rest is from today's live stream. Those were from the last two videos. And then for today's live stream, I have Leah, Hockenberry Holler. I have Kathy. She's in the chat. She's 28. Leah, you were 27. Anna, she's in the chat. She's number 29. I have Gail in the chat. She's number 30. I have Taryn in the chat. He's number 31. Are you still here, Taryn? I'm thinking he should be 18. Number 32 is Grandma Lynn. She's in the chat. And she used to be over 50 and fantabulous. Oh, and we got a grandson here. Hi, grandson.
Yes.
What's his name?
Rylan.
Hi, Rylan.
Hi, Ryland.
I wish you were here to draw these hearts out of this basket for me. Number 33 is Jessie M. Jessie, are you still in the chat? And then Judy in Spirit is number 34. So we have 34 entries. Grandma says he's adorable.
Sure.
So I have 34 entries. I have 8 products to give away or 8 things to give away. Are we ready? I'm going to shake them up really good.
Lay down, Luna.
All right. If you are in the chat and I draw your number, you can choose from, the first person can choose from anything because nothing's been chosen yet. If I draw a number and it's not in the chat, I'm going to write them as a winner below, and then they will get any item that's left over that if somebody in the chat doesn't win, then we'll just give them something out that's left. Okay. And so when you win, please shoot me an email. And my email's in the description box below, valsvlog@yahoo.com. Let me know your mailing address and I will get to you, or SuperClean will get that product if you choose that. If you don't choose that and you choose a book, I'll get it to you. Our first winner is number 11. Grandma Lynn. Grandma Lynn, you just won number 1, first prize. Grandma Lynn has watched my channel for a long time, and I love when regular viewers win. It just makes me so happy. Grandma Lynn, is there something that you would like to win? Tell me what you would like to win. Would you like SuperClean, or would you like Lee's book, Lori's book, or Leah's book? Which product would you like?
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hello.
Oh, here we go again. There we go.
SuperClean. She wants the SuperClean. Great choice. You can't have a bad choice here. Sorry. But Grandma Lynn, if you will email me your mailing address, I will email it to SuperClean, and they're going to send you the product straight away from their factory, and they will get it to you, because I know Anna's won before, and Anna said she did get the products. So, because I asked her, I said, did SuperClean send the products? And she said yes. So I know that it is. So Steve is going to draw the rest of them, because I don't want to play favorites.
Okay.
I'm not playing favorites, but I want it to be fair. So Steve is going to draw the second one. The camera's right there. So put it closer. Number 30. Does that look like a 30?
Looks like a 30.
And that is Miss Gail Crabtree, number 30. And Gail is the P.O. Box. It is the P.O. Box under my videos. Do you mind sending me a mailing address? Is that your mailing address? I'll send them that. They can probably get it there. Will like UPS and stuff deliver to a post office box?
No, they won't.
Yeah, I don't know. I might need a street address for you, Lynn. Miss Gail, I got a feeling I know what you want, but just to make it official, can you let me know? Thank you. Thank you, Miss Lynn. I'm so happy you came into the live stream today and joined us. Yes. What would you like, Miss Gail? What would you like from you? Yeah, you can choose from. The SuperClean is gone, and I know Gail uses SuperClean, but SuperClean is gone. I have Hell Comes to Play. I have Finding Passion for Truth, from Truth Through Truth. I'm sorry. Finding Passion Through Truth, and I'm kind of got a feeling you've probably already got that book. And then there's Dino. So she said it's hard to make a decision, but she wants Leah's book. So you want Dino, right? We're going to put you down for Dino.
You ready for the next one?
Hold on. I got to make sure. I don't want to double stack anybody on these winning things, but all right, go ahead. Let's see who we got on the next one. Number 9. Number 9 is Life with Sandy. She is not in the chat, so we're going to have to hold her till the end. So that's the third winner. We'll just hold her till the end and give her what's left over. Gail, I have you down for Dino. The next winner is going to be number 26. And that is Diana Antu. Awesome. So Sandy and Diana, whoever's not in the live stream today, if you will get in touch with me, email me, let me know that you won, and give me, I know I have Sandy's email or Sandy's mailing address because I've sent her stuff before, but I don't have Diana's. So if you will let me know what your mailing address is, I will get that to you. All right, number 5 winner is, oh, go closer. Oops, go closer. Number 14. Number 14 is Gail Crabtree. I'm sorry, Gail, you can't win twice. That was one of the rules, but you were guaranteed to win, that's for sure. The next one is number 18, Nancy Who 52. All right, I have her contact information. Nancy Who 52. All right, we got 3 more winners. Come on, y'all. Leah wants you to draw her number. Come on. 34. Number 34 is Judy in Spirit. Judy, are you still in the chat? Let me know if you're still in the chat, Judy, because you just won one of the books. And all of the books are still available. Is she still here? Judy, you still here? No, I'm not hearing her. All right, we'll pick another one. She's on there. I got 2 more to draw here. Number 27. Is that a 7 on there?
That's a 7. Yeah.
Okay.
27.
27 is Hockenberry Holler. That's my Miss Leah. Number 27. So what book do you want? And I got a feeling I already know because you just told me. Are you muted?
No, I want Lee's book.
I knew you did.
Thank you, Leah.
You're welcome. And thank you, Judy.
Did Judy say? Oh,
Judy
yes, I
did
am.
say.
She wants Leah's book. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
That's the last one of Leah's book. So that's Judy in Spirit. And Judy, if you will send me your mailing address, I will mail that to you. My email is in the description box below. Judy in Spirit. And you are going to get a copy of Dino. That's the last copy of Dino. And you wanted Hell Comes to Play. I really think that Life with Sandy would take Lee's book because she loves a good mystery.
Ready for the last one?
Last one, number 8. Who do we have? You are so welcome.
24.
24. 24 is Life with Sandy. She's already won, so draw another one.
Y'all should go buy some lottery tickets.
Oh, number 17. Who is that? Grandma Lynn. She's already won.
All right, here we go again.
Number 4. 4 is Carolyn Bilski. I have her address. Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all. Gotta go back to work.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve.
All right. Does anybody, I know, thank you all for being here in the chat today. And I'm so happy for my regular viewers to win. I'm so happy about that. And well, most everybody that entered are regular viewers. So, but this was fun. And the people who weren't here, they will be getting what's left over. Like I said, what's left over here. Does anybody in the chat, in the on my panel, any of the authors have anything else they want to add?
Thank
Nothing.
you.
Yes, thank you.
You're going to buy Lori Jean's book. Yeah, it's an amazing book.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations to everybody. Absolutely. Congratulations. Lord Oh, I didn't even ask you if you wanted to be. Did I ask you if you wanted to be in the drawing?
I did, but I'm afraid of Lee's book, and Leah's are gone. So
Well, there's a link in the description box below.
I will check it out. Thank you.
I appreciate all three of you for joining me today on the panel. You have amazing books, and please let me know if you write anymore and want to play this game again. Because this was fun. This really, truly was fun. So Leah has a second book there that she's showing, and I know Lori's got some books coming up, and Lee's thinking about it. So y'all let me know. Again, congratulations. Thank everybody for coming today, because I know this was a long live stream. I don't usually do really long live streams, but I mean, this was super, super fun. And I appreciate the panel coming, and I appreciate all of the people in the chat coming. And I don't have anything else to say, I don't think. All right. Anybody else? Are we good? Are we done? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to end the stream now. Y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy your week.
Take care.
And Leah's saying she wants to read Lori Jean's children's books. I have a link to one of them. I'm going to be reading that next week. She's saying, Taryn's saying bye. Grandma Lynn's saying thanks to the moderators. And I don't have any left over. Everything's been, are you talking about me, Lori? I don't have anything left over. Everything's is claimed. I've drawn 8 people.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that mine was claimed, so I just thought if she wanted one. Okay.
No, everything. I've drawn 8 names. 8 people will be getting a gift.
Whatever's left over. Gotcha.
8 giveaway items. So 8 people will be getting giveaway items. And I'm going to make, where's Grandma Lynn? She's here. Grandma Lynn, it's a little late, but I'm going to make you a moderator just in case I do another live stream that you're in. All right, there we go. All right, thank you all. And that's the end of the stream. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye now.
Take care.